Alafia everyone, welcome to the Obelisk Lounge. This is Priestess Ifa Karede, and today I am going to be doing a reading on the blessings, lessons, and challenges that you can potentially expect to experience within the next quarter. Now, this quarter can be between now and the end of the year, or this quarter could be, any quarter of the year for you. It could be the quarter, that begins with your birthday, because some people only celebrate the New Year's, or they consider the New Year's to be on their birthdays. So it can be any quarter of the year that you are watching this reading. It could be over the course of whatever period of 4 months that you are watching this reading, that it will apply to you, because this is a timeless reading. Now, since this is a pick a card, I intentionally did not put out any particular symbols or anything like that, any crystals or any other archetypes for you all to choose your cards, because I want you to use your intuition to choose your card. So you do that through taking a few deep breaths, maybe 1 to 3, maybe even more if you need to. Remove any fear, remove any anxiety, remove any nervousness or anxiousness, and just sit. So take you a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth for however many times you may need to do that. And then ask yourself, which deck should you choose? Which group should you choose? However you want to word it. What is your next 4 months going to look like? I have group 1, I have group 2, and I have group 3 here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with group 1. Let me move group 2 and 3 out of the way. All right, group 1. So I first want to see, what is your archetype? What archetype should you embody? What archetype are you currently embodying while you are watching this? Pick a card. So let's see. Oh, I have the card for the addict. Okay, so some of you may honestly be struggling with drug addiction, and drug addiction does not necessarily have to mean like those hard drugs. It can just be like an addiction to sugar, an addiction to overeating, an addiction to social media, or an addiction to a person or a situation and experience. And so right now the goal is for you to detox. Some of you may actually be detoxing. You may be on some type of detox challenge, or may just be reevaluating your health, because the light attribute of this card speaks about it helps you to recognize and confront addictive behavior. So over the course of the next 4 months, from whenever point you are watching this reading, you're going to need to get serious about addictive behaviors, addictive thoughts, and things like that you have been battling with for however long that you may have been battling them. The shadow attributes of this card talks about compromising your integrity and your honesty, and by allowing addictive patterns to have an authority over your inner spirit. So this addiction is really what's suppressing you all. If you all are people that desire to meditate or connect with your spirituality more, and things of that nature, these addictions is what's keeping you from receiving the messages from spirit that you need to receive. And so over the course of the next quarter, you need to face these things. You need to be working to overcome these things. And so now let's take a look at your blessings. I'll put that up here for you. That's your additional information. Now I'm going to look at your blessings. We have the 7 of Diamonds, the Joker, which is 0, and then we have the 7 of Hearts. Okay, so the 7 of Diamonds is talking about your spiritual divinity. So once again, since you did get the card for the addict, that's talking about a suppression in your spirituality, so you needing to detox. The 7 of Diamonds is talking about overall ascension, you overcoming any physical obstacles to get you to this place that you need to be spiritually as well. Because I see some of you, I don't see drugs necessarily, but I see food can be an addiction for you. Maybe even a particular person, overeating, just eating the wrong things in general, just overall consuming the wrong things. But I see it through mouth though. It could also be It could also just be addictive behavior patterns as well. I see you all in this group really need to meditate, and you've also been trying to meditate as well. Since the Seven of Hearts and the Joker did come out, I see some of you may also be healing from a broken heart. That could be in regards to a relationship, or maybe even a job opportunity that did not fall through. It could be that as well. But I do see that you all are a bit brokenhearted, and you're working to heal your broken heart. And maybe the overeating and the overconsumption of just sugar and salt, or whatever it is that you have been addicted to for however period of time, actually stemmed from this broken heart. I also see you guys in this group with the Seven of Hearts and even this Joker coming out. You all needing to do some type of inner child work. So the Seven of Hearts energy could also be talking about your childhood, different hurt and things like that you experienced growing up in your childhood. And so even though this row right here was looking at your blessings, I see you overcoming these. I see you being able to overcome those things within the next 4 months. Now, there will still be some remnants of those things left, because healing is like forever. It's just like a forever thing. However, with these sevens, it's talking about your overall growth, your progress, and your ascension, because after the 7 we have the 8, which is karma, which is reaping those good benefits. And so over the course of the next 4 months, your blessing will be your overall spiritual ascension journey. Your blessing will be healing your broken heart, and even nurturing and healing your inner child, as well as more. I see some of you all may actually probably do some work with the moon, so you probably operate off the moon cycles, especially with these 7s coming out, and even this Joker. But I see this progressing through the end of the year. So for you all, this would probably resonate for you at the beginning of the year, maybe even at the end of the year. But like I said, it can be at any point, any 4-month period that you watch this pick a card, because it is timeless. But I see you all doing work with the moon, so continue to do that. Make sure that you are releasing with the full moon, and then implanting your seeds or in harvesting your seeds during the new moon phase as well. But if you have not done that type of work with the moon, then make sure that you research those things as well, because releasing is going to help you. At the time that I'm actually recording this reading, there's going to be a full moon in Aries, I believe on the 1st or the 2nd of this month, and so of this month / week actually. So you all need to work to do some release work in regards to that as well. And if you want further information on that, then feel free to book a reading with me at www.voodooinstitute.com/Karede. The link will be in the description box, because I'm not going to go into great detail in this pick a card, because I don't want it to be too long. However, those are the blessings that you all can expect: overall spiritual ascension, overall overcoming these emotional burdens. You can, within the next 4 months, you're going to be working to overcome those things. And I see some of you actually healing from those things as well, through wearing many different hats, through shifting your perspective, because even with the Joker, this is talking about your perspective being shifted. You seeing things from a higher perspective, and realize that, things may not be happening to you, but they're happening for you in your overall soul's journey and ascension. Now let's look at your lessons. Wow, we got the 7 of Diamonds again for your lessons. So a lot of evaluations, the 8 of Diamonds, and then the 6 of Hearts. So your lessons and challenges that you will face, once again, will be through your spiritual ascension journey. I see some of you having a really hard time just focusing and concentrating and honing in on your gifts. Oh, y'all can't see those. Let me move it up some. I see some of you having a really hard time honing in on your spiritual gifts, or maybe even discovering what those gifts are, or even thinking of ways to really utilize them. I also see you guys overcoming any karma. Honestly, with the lessons and the blessings, with the lessons and the challenges that you are facing, I could see that you could also be facing maybe some challenges in your home. But then again, on a lighter note, I don't see any heavy challenges or lessons for you. If anything, I feel like you're dealing with your lessons and your challenges more so now. Like you're dealing with, you may be dealing with unhappiness in your home, or you may be unhappy with your physical appearance, because once again, we have the 6 of Hearts coming out, which just kind of like, you know, the fat and happy card. And so once again, since the addict did come out earlier, I see some of you having some type of sugar or salt or food addiction, or you may have diabetes or high blood pressure. So be mindful of that. If you do not change your eating habits, actually with the Six of Hearts coming out, you can expect, you know, some potential formation of new dis-ease like within your body. And so with this reading, group 1 is really talking about you making sure that you first of all, go to the doctor. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I am a priestess. Okay, that's it. I'm not a medical doctor. So y'all do need to go to the doctor though, and you need to, and so that maybe even see like a nutritionist, because this is really talking about how like your relationship with food and your relationship with your addictions, and how that's stifling your spiritual growth. Because, you know, I mean, I could go into a little detail about it, but, you know, things that we deal with, challenges and obstacles, and more importantly for you all's group specifically, health challenges that we face in this material 3D world manifest first in the 5D. Okay, so everything that we experience, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, manifests itself first in the spirit world, and then we see it come to fruition in this material world. And so since you all are dealing with a lot of this just overall just heartache and just sadness, I don't see depression, but I just see deep sadness for you all. And then plus once again, I'm not a medical doctor, so you all do need to go to the doctor and get some support. Go and see a nutritionist. And if some of you actually are struggling with actual addiction of, you know, like hard drugs, like maybe it could just be smoking, you know what I'm saying? It can just be smoking. It doesn't have to be like heroin or cocaine or anything like that, but it can just simply be smoking things that are unhealthy for your body, things that are unhealthy for your spirit, and things that are unhealthy for your spirit are essentially unhealthy for your body as well, because you should be looking to feed your spirit each and every day, whether that be through, you know, clean eating, meditation, prayer, you know, removing toxic people and toxic energies from not only your physical body as well as your spiritual body as well. But I do see that if you do not turn things around, you could face some potential health challenges. I'm not saying that you're going to develop diabetes or high blood pressure. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is things will not get better for you if you do not go ahead and make the changes necessary that you need to make now. And with the 8 of Diamonds and the 7 of Diamonds, it's talking about you making sure that you research, because diamonds, yes, they represent material things, things that we can actually touch. Like I can touch this candle, you know, I can touch these cards, you know, material things. However, they're also talking about the things that we value. It's talking about our health. So you really need to value your health within the next 4 months. Take baby steps. You know, before we even get to the 4, we have the 3. The 3 talks about baby steps. So make sure that you guys take baby steps. If you are somebody that drinks soda a lot, like say for instance, you drink, you know, 3 cans of soda, you know, a day, you know, maybe only drink 1 can of soda for the first week, or maybe only 2 cans of soda for the first day, or the first week, you know, or the first few days. And then, you know, after that, you know, chop it down to 1 can and replace what you aren't drinking with maybe like some water, or vice versa. So take baby steps. You know, don't think that you can just stop everything cold turkey, and you might be able to. However, the 8 of Diamonds, the success comes into you taking baby steps, to you evaluating this. With this, you had 2 7 of Diamonds coming out, so and from 2 different decks, you know, so you just need to make sure that you are really evaluating and assessing your health. Assess your own value. Do you believe that you deserve to be healthy? You know, and get to the point, you know, and get to the root of the problem. You know, meditation and spiritual guidance and counseling will help you to get to the root of the problem, because that is essentially what you need to do. Get to the root as to why you have these addictive behaviors. Okay. But however, your blessing is that if you do the work that's necessary, if you seek spiritual counsel, or if you, and as well as medical counsel, okay, because this is talking about y'all's health, so y'all need to go maybe to like an addiction specialist, to a nutritionist, or to some type of medical doctor, somebody that's certified in the field of health that you may be dealing with specifically. This is a general reading, so of course, you know, you all will be dealing with different things, but you all know individually what you're going through. And so based off of that, that's the medical, go to those medical experts to help you. But through seeking this counsel though, so that you can be happy, is what you need to do over the quarter, over the next 4 months, or over this quarter. So the additional advice that that you have is the King of Spades, okay, with this pipe index. This is talking about you can do this, you know. However, it's going to take work. You see this King of Spades, you know, he's working, he's building up that muscle, you know, to master his self, to master this health. This is most certainly talking about you all's health. So maybe you all are currently detoxing, and you know, you're coming at the end of that detox, and it's going to be very very, very beneficial for you. You're going to be able to master yourself in many different ways, in business, in the way that you communicate with yourself and others. But then overall, just your health as well. Like, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to be able to experience the goodness, the goodness of the Most High in the land of the living, you know, is what you're going to be able to experience. However, you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in so that you can be chill and dapper, just like this King of Spades is on this card. All right, group one, that is your reading. Once again, if you enjoyed this reading, please click the link in my bio to book a personal reading if you are interested, as well as click the like button and subscribe, group one. Excuse me for stumbling over my words, but that is your reading. Thank you for watching. All right, on to group two. All right, group two. First thing I want to look at is the, first of all, thank you for tuning into this reading, but also, so the first thing that I want to look at, group two, is your archetype. What archetype are you going to be embodying over the next quarter? Or what archetype should you embodying, or what energy are you in right now? So I have the child magical here. So with the child magical coming out, the light attributes of this card speaks about seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. So some of you could be the opposite of the energy right now. You could be very pessimistic, or you could mask your pessimism as a so-called realist, as being a realist. And so, or you could also be somebody, but also you could be just someone who sees, you know, just like the magic and the beauty in literally everything. You can be somebody who has already mastered overcoming different lessons and different obstacles and things like that. You're able to take whatever somebody throws at you because you may see things from a high perspective, or even from a childlike perspective. Very receptive energy, receptive to life, and very proactive, you know, very, you know, joyous, you know, just filled with joy. I see group two. Of course, the shadow attributes of this card talks about once again, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. So believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So some of you could be a bit, not lazy. Well, some of y'all could be a bit lazy, but I'm more so just seeing you all just being very, I could see some of you being really sad though, or just not sad, but just insecure, like very insecure and afraid to step out. So just like children, you know, they really don't have any shame or any fear. That's the energy over the next quarter that you're going to need to be embodying. Now, once again, since this is a timeless reading, the quarter could mean from now up until December 31st, 2020, or it could be any quarter that you may be in your life, okay? Even though there's 3 quarters in the year, it can be over the course of whatever 4-month period that you decide to watch this reading. And so that is the archetype that you need to embody, being if you're not already embodying this energy, or if you haven't already been working on this energy, this is what you need to do. Have a lighter approach to life. Be as a child, be more free, release those insecurities, because some of you may have different business ideas that you may be working on, or just whatever. I don't know. I'm going to get into that actually right now to see What are you being pessimistic about? What blessings can you expect to come to you? And what lessons or challenges can you expect as well? So I'm going to put your child magical card here, and we are going to start with your blessings. Okay. The Four of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds, the Seven of Spades, and then the Jack of Hearts. All right. Four of Spades, Queen of Diamonds, and then the Seven of Spades. So right now you all are experiencing a bit of emotional instability, maybe even instability in how you communicate with people. Maybe you all have a blocked throat chakra, or maybe your throat chakra may be overactive, so you might not think before you speak, or you might be too afraid to speak for whatever reason. But the blessings that are going to be coming to you as a result of that, though, are you getting past that stifled throat chakra energy, from that suppressed or even overactive throat chakra energy. I see you all expressing yourself better, having a more clear mind, having a more clear and balanced mind, especially with the Seven of Spades coming out. Now, normally that would be an advice or a warning, but since my eyes were drawn to the horses and them being very balanced and just a pure reflection of one another, I see you becoming more balanced, though, in how you communicate with yourself and others. Some of you currently now may actually talk down to yourself a lot or just doubt yourself a lot, but over the next 4 months, I see you becoming more confident in your ability to, to capture an audience, whether that audience, may be your classroom, whether that audience may be your coworkers or your family or whatever the case. I see you overcoming that as well. But the Jack of Hearts is talking about you really needing to embody a more childlike energy, you becoming more confident, because like I mentioned earlier, children are, they, especially like really young children, like they really don't struggle with insecurities. If they, like they have things that, like, or they don't think about them. Like when you think about like toddlers and like really young children in like maybe even kindergarten, like they're just very optimistic, just very magical, the ones that are happy and that aren't experiencing any, severe dysfunction in their households or anything like that. They're generally very happy, go lucky, like they take chances. Children are risk takers. And so within the next 4 months, you all need to be taking risk, on things that are going to be making you some money. So once again, this is talking about business. This is also talking about you just increasing your overall value in yourself, your perception of yourself, and even your perception of others. Yeah, I see you all doing that most certainly within the next 4 months. Like this will be your blessing, like you having a more balanced childlike energy to where you just take chances. However, your chances aren't, or your chances aren't misguided like a child's chances would be. They'll still be like a perfect balance between adulthood as well as childhood. So just being confident in whatever business endeavors you are pursuing, or even with whatever relationship you may be pursuing. Some of you may be public speakers, some of you may be in politics, and so I see you becoming more comfortable with that. Or some of you may be college students that may be major in political science, or something having to do with, communicating with the public, or things like that. Like maybe you may be into TED Talks, maybe some type of motivational speaking and things like that. I see you all being able to actually work towards and do those things within the next 4 months. However, let's look at your lessons and your challenges. Oh, we have the Jack of Spades, and then we have can y'all see? Let me move it up some. We have the Jack of Spades, and then we have and the Seven of Hearts. So once again, we have both of these sevens here on the table for you, which is talking about you needing to evaluate your relationships. I also feel like y'all may be dealing with people, and this could be romantically or just in friendships, or maybe even at a job, with people that berate you, people that just are not kind to you at all whatsoever, or maybe you're not kind to them. But I see you know, those are the things that's stifling your growth. This is also something talking about from your childhood as well. Oh, that came out in group 1 too. So the Jack of Spades and then the Seven of Hearts is talking about some relationships that need to be mended from childhood. Maybe you need to mend your relationship with your mother since the Queen of Diamonds came out, or whatever prominent female role was in your life at that time. It could be a grandparent. It could be you, honestly. Maybe there's some things, you know, that you did that you have not forgiven yourself for. Or maybe you were told a lot growing up that, you know, that you shouldn't say this or you shouldn't say that. Or not even necessarily like you shouldn't say this or shouldn't say that, because something should and should not be said. However, but maybe you just weren't allowed to express yourself creatively as a child, or maybe that is something that you do now. Maybe that's something that you actually need to do to actually go ahead and help you. So maybe you need to draw more, maybe you need to paint more, and even, you know, do all of those things. Anything having to do with the arts. It could even be making music, if you do that already. But just doing something to channel that brokenhearted energy, as well as maybe even seeking counseling, seeking spiritual counseling, seeking spiritual guidance as well. So the overall lessons and challenges that you all may face, group 2, is just like a lot of inner demons, you know, a lot of just inner strife, you know, things, random things that's coming up from your childhood, but that caused you to have an underactive or overactive throat chakra, and even an underactive or overactive solar plexus as well, because that deals with our confidence, that deals with our drive. All of those things. So over the next 4 months, this is talking about you doing some childhood, some inner child work, some shadow work, all of those buzzwords that people like to say. This is really just you working on yourself for the next 4 months. You know, and healing that heart chakra as well, forgiveness. Some of you struggle with forgiving a motherly figure, or it could be a man with masculine energy, but just like a prominent feminine or masculine energy in your life during your childhood and maybe even your adolescence. You know, that suppressed you in some shape, form, or fashion. This is a general reading, so I'm not going to go into great detail. If you do want to know more information on this, though, please feel free to book a reading with me at www.voodooinstitute.com/Karede. That will be in my description box as well, because I do see a lot of different messages and things like that coming out. But this is something talking about that suppressed, that made you not want to speak up in childhood. This can be sexual abuse. This could be a lot of different things that people are struggling with. So you all do need to go to counseling. I do see you all needing to go to counseling. I do see you all needing to seek spiritual counsel as well, because the things that are going to come up, they will be a bit, you're going to be a bit emotional. You're even going to try to even like shut them out, or like ignore them. But the advice in the cards are saying not to ignore those feelings that come up. Express yourself. Express yourself, you know, through the arts. Maybe that may be through writing, maybe that may be through drawing, maybe that may be through painting, or crafting or creating music. But in some shape or form, you need to make sure that you are expressing yourself, and through even expressing yourself through those different mediums, then you'll be better able to express yourself when you speak as well. So now let's look at any additional advice. 8 of Spades, and then the 9 of Clubs. So yeah, this 8 of Spades, this is just karma that y'all are going through. A lot of maybe karma from like, nah, this ain't past life karma. This is like this life's karma. So some of you could have been suppressive to other people, which is why you're experiencing what you're experiencing now. I mean, you could have suppressed somebody else in the past life. I'm not going to say no, since this is a general reading. However, I am feeling like this is something that you probably did maybe growing up, or maybe that you may be doing now in some shape, form, or fashion, or that you have done to somebody in your life. So this is just different karma that y'all, you know, that you're going through right now. Saturn did actually just come out of retrograde. This Eight of Spades is actually talking about Saturn energy as well, which deals with lessons, challenges, and restrictions and things like that. So, so this is talking about, you know, this cycle for you coming to an end fairly soon. Whenever you may be watching this reading, is going to be coming to an end soon. But you just got to keep pushing. I see you all have already been doing a lot of work. So a lot of this stuff in this reading, you're probably already really aware of, and you've already been doing. And so with that being said, it's going to pay off with the Nine of Clubs coming out. This is talking about you having new momentum, a new chance at life, being more active and creative in crafting the life that you believe that you deserve and that you desire to have. And so with that being said, that is your reading, group 2. If you enjoyed this reading, please click the thumbs up. Also, please subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get notifications for when I upload again. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, then please click the link in my description box below, and then we can go into further detail in this reading, or we can explore other things as well. Thank you, group 2, for tuning in. Have a great day or night. All right, so now let's get into group 3. All right, group 3. If you chose group 3, this is your reading. The first thing I want to do, group 3, is look at your archetypes. Now, this archetype could be talking about what you embody right now, what you'll be embodying, you know, through the next 4 months or at the end of the 4 months. Okay. Now, once again, the 4 months can be any time that you watch this reading from now, or it can be through the end of the year. It could also be during any 4-month period in your life. So let's just go ahead and dive right in and see what your archetype is. The Guide. Okay, so some of you can be into mysticism. I mean, well, obviously, if y'all are watching this pick a card reading, I mean, y'all into mysticism. But with the Guide, though, the light attribute of this card represents the nature of the divine life in yourself. Well, or better yet, the divine in your life and yourself. And the shadow attribute of this card talks about placing financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Okay, so with the Guide card coming out as your archetype, this is really just saying that you know that you all have spiritual guidance. I feel like some of you all may actually have an ancestral altar, or work with your ancestors, or work with other spiritual divinities. For the people that chose this. For the people that chose this deck. And so it's saying that you really need to, that you need to commune with them. Like you need to you need to commune with them. You need to talk with them. You need to pray to them. You need to meditate with them, because they have messages that you need to hear. They want to guide you. They want to give you insight, especially with this owl and then this lantern on this card. This is talking about ancestral wisdom as well. So I feel like some of you in this group may be clairaudient, or may just be clear, or may be claircognizant, and through your claircognizance and your clairaudience, that is how you receive the guidance or the ancestral wisdom and knowledge that lies within you. And so over the course of the next 4 months, or even now, some of you, this is the energy that you're embodying, just making decisions based off of your ancestral wisdom, ancestral insight, your own intuition, and your own spirit of discernment. If you have a weak intuition right now, or you have a weak spirit of discernment right now, depending on what comes out in these cards within the next 4 months, I do see that getting stronger for you, though. So let's go ahead and dive right in, and let's look at your blessings for the quarter. I'm going to start with the blessings. 10 of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and the 6 of Hearts. All right. Let me straighten this up. So the 10 of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds, and the 6 of Hearts is you just talking about overall happiness. I see some of you all maybe had some conflict with a child, or maybe you all may be starting some type of grassroots organization, and things like that. And so I see that working out for you with the Jack of Spades. With the 10 of Clubs, though, coming out, let me move this around. Let me move it back. The Ten of Clubs right here is talking about a new investment that you're going to be making. So it's an investment in some type of business that you've already made. It could be Forex. It could be any type of trading, maybe any type of stocks. It could be an online business as well, since it could just be any type of online business that you all have started that is actually going to be very fulfilling for you. It's going to make you very happy. This is actually what the guide was talking about earlier. Like, that is the insight and the wisdom that your divinities have for you. So you need to pray and meditate with your divinities. Pray and meditate, to your higher self, with your higher self, and with your elevated ancestors, so that they can give you the guidance that you need to really building this business that you want to build. This is talking about over the next 4 months, making sure that you really build that connection, build that strong connection with them, because they actually want to help you with this business. The Ten of Clubs and the Ace of Diamonds, and even the Ten of Clubs and Ace of Diamonds. Well, the Ten of Clubs alone is talking about this business really taking off. This business making you famous. Some of you all may already be. I feel like this business probably has already started, or it's about to start. And so over the next 6 months, I see like you're going to be making more money. You're going to have even more opportunities to maybe even collaborate in business with other people and make more money overall. However, because I do see this business is actually very young, so like I see that you started it already, or you're about to start it in some shape, form, or fashion. So that is your blessing. This could also be talking about, I didn't get anything as far as like a relationship or anything like that. This is mainly just talking about your business and your finances. However, this could also be talking about a relationship as well, but that's not the message that came out. That's not the most prominent message that came out. So now let's go ahead and look at your lessons and your challenges. We have the Two of Clubs. We have the Three of Diamonds. We have the Eight of Spades. And then we also have the Six of Diamonds as well. And so this Two of Clubs right here, the lessons and the challenges that you may face with this Two of Clubs coming out is talking about cognitive dissonance, like maybe you being in two places at once, as far as like mental confusion. This could also be talking about different challenges that you may face with somebody in business. So like somebody that you went into business with, y'all may actually have a falling out with the Three of Diamonds and then the Eight of Spades. I see you all having some type of falling out, or maybe not seeing eye to eye. Like maybe this person was only good for you to, or maybe in this, well, no, this is talking about you. You and this other person were not meant to go into business long term. This was supposed to be something like very short term for you all. It was just some advice that they maybe needed to give you, just some guidance with the guide card coming out that they needed to give you, but it's just meant to be seasonal. It's not meant to be a long-term partnership or communication in business. Get the information that you need from this person. Like, don't use them or anything like that, but just recognize that everything isn't meant to last forever. Interactions that we have with people, certain people that we have in life, is not meant for us to always, or to be with those people or that person forever. And so that's the objective that you need to go into when you are communicating with this person, if you already know them, or when you do finally meet this person and communicate with them. This is talking about you just taking baby steps with your business as well. You will have challenges in how in your ability to communicate with people that you are going with, the people or a person that you're going into business with. However, it'll pay off for you though. Like with the Eight of Spades being in reverse, this is just talking about a lesson out of this situation that you need to learn. The lesson being how to detach from people, how to detach from situations and not place expectations on people. Because I do see some of you probably actually place expectations on people, and the advice is for you not to do that. The advice is to just take things for face value, to see things clearly, and to not be double-minded. And things like that. So learn how to detach from situations and outcomes. Not detach completely to the point where you're just like a stone wall, or that you're too much of a realist. You lack optimism. but to have a healthy balance between it. Know how to let go of things, okay? So basically for group 3, your lesson and your challenge will be letting go and detaching from people and situations, and maybe even your finances. I don't get the feeling that a lot of people will probably choose group 3, or if you do, the reading that I just gave you is maybe for like a very small percentage. Like I don't see yeah, because that's really the message that I'm getting. This kind of almost feels like a personal reading that I'm giving somebody, but with the 8 of spades and then even the 6 of diamonds, this is talking about once you learn that, the lesson is going to pay off for you. This is talking about your ancestral wisdom. This is talking about your ancestral treasury. So whatever business you all are building, is going to make grand deposits into your overall karmic cycle. And so now let's look at your advice cards, your final advice cards. I have the 4 of spades and an 8 of diamonds. Yeah, this is talking about y'all breaking away from a potential business partnership. Like it's something dealing with business, like a person that you've been thinking about, or maybe even a business idea that you need to go back to the drawing board and reassess with this 4 of spades coming out. This is talking about you needing to reassess exactly what it is that you're doing in business, or what it is that you're doing with your finances, and how to fix it. This is talking about the breakdown of a foundation, okay? And even a reevaluation of a foundation so that you can build a more stable environment with this 8 of diamonds right here. This 8 of diamonds is talking about once you doing that, things paying off greatly for you. This is also a warning of not, of not creating new debt. That can be karmic debt as well as financial debt as well, or even just making promises to people that you can't keep with this 8 of diamonds. Don't do that, because that will it just won't be beneficial for you overall. So if you all enjoyed the group 3, this is actually the end of your reading, because that's literally all the information that I got for you. I didn't get much information for you, but if you all enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want additional information, then please book a personal reading with me. You can click the link in my description box. It is www.voodooinstitute.com/Corée Day. Thank you, group 3, for choosing this reading. Thank you for choosing to watch this pick a card. Please like, subscribe, and comment if this resonated with you as well. And then also comment on any additional readings that you would like to see from me. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.